Hi there. So today I'm going to show you that how you can scrape websites like really super fast. It doesn't like this method doesn't apply to any website, like every website. It works for some of them and it doesn't work for some of them. So it's actually about reverse engineering the website's APIs and then using a Python script to call that APIs to retrieve the data. So this method is fast and it's clean rather than, doing it via Selenium or any other browser automation. So yeah, that is slow. So here I have a website that is Queen Market Cap, and let's say that I want to, scrape all these listings like the top cryptocurrencies. So first of all, let me go back to page one, and what you have to do is click on inspect, go to network tab, and click on fetch XHR. So here all of the fetch API calls will appear over here, and let's clear the console for now. And so what we have to do is, let's say I click on second page, and here I get a API call. So if I look into this API endpoint, it shows me the request URL, it shows me the request method, and then we have the request and response headers. And if we get the payload, so here are some query parameters being sent with the request, and then we have response, like the API response to the that we're getting. So if you see over here, like in the very first result we get, here we have the symbol XDZ, and we also have XDZ over here. So this is the real data that is being populated on the website via this API call. So the website is calling this API to then populate the data in its UI. So this is our API call right over here. So if I just filter it, so right now what you have to do is click on copy and copy as fetch node.js. So this API call along with its headers will be copied as a fetch call in Node.js. So the method is the same. I mean, what you have to do is so locate the data on the website that you want to scrape, and then monitor the network tab for the API calls, if there is any, like through which the data is being coming from the server and then being populated into the website. So the next step is now, I mean, most of these websites like have Cloudflare protection or some other anti-bot measures in place. So if that is the case, then you cannot simply make API calls via Python script to their service, because they will be able to detect that, okay, the request is coming from a bot, like from a scam, not from a real browser. So in order to avoid these issues, what you can really do is, okay, so then you can go to any LLM, like for example, you can use Claude or any Chat GPT, I mean, any DeepSeek or anything. So what you have to do is you have to tell it that, okay, convert this API call to Python using curl CFFI, and print the response. And then you have to paste the fetch or Node.js API code that you just copied from the network tab. So what is curl CFFI? So curl CFFI is a Python package which is basically popular for impersonating real browsers, and then it becomes difficult for the websites to detect that, okay, the request is coming from a real browser rather than a Python script. So I have already written this script in my code editor. So if I go to the VS Code, so I have here all the you know, so we have the URL over here, then we have the params and the headers that we just copied with the API call. And right now here we are, making the request. So if you see over here, then we tell it to impersonate Chrome 110, and there are multiple options they can use to define for this impersonate. And then we simply, if the API call is successful, then we are returning the data to, like sending the data to a JSON file. Otherwise, it was, not able to retrieve. So let's try to run this. Okay, so it says that okay, data saves to dot JSON file. So yeah, so if I go to the dot JSON, so here I have all of the data that is coming from the API call. I think it's giving us first 100 results, and if I change the start param to 101, then it's gonna bring us the result from 101. So yeah, and then now it's starting from X to Z and so on. So this method works pretty well for me. Like for example, whenever I want to scrape a website, then my first sort of action would be to uh, like go and check that okay, if there is an API call happening over like at the back end that is able to give me the data. So yeah, you can try this method, and I will also upload this script to my GitHub. I will share the link in the description below. Let me know if you have any questions or want to ask anything about this. I'll be happy to answer in the comment. Thank you.